stop you from serving your own people, especially if he has nothing to gain. Notice he keeps getting them all on tax evasion. Because he has to function within the corporate fiction of banking in order to get somebody. Because every agency of the white boy is a corporation. Whether it's the CIA, which do not have a legal charter to even operate in the United States, it's just a business. That's all it really is. It's not even a real government entity. It's just a business. The FBI, set up about 200 years ago, they had a private investigation firm that was good, and they went to having a private investigation firm to becoming the FBI. So these are all corporations, and you know what? Corporations need money. So they're not going to even come get black people unless you got some money. You don't look appealing. They waited till Dr. York had so many hundreds of thousands of dollars. You mean tell me you let this man molest 136 children? What was you doing after the third child? Because they let these drug dealers and all these people do whatever they feel they can do till they get the money. Why? Because you need money for your corporation. You got to make a seizure, some military. You can't really go in on nobody unless they have some assets that you can use to fund your campaign. Something has to go on your war chest. So the more our people are constantly screaming about, we need money, it's going to take money, we need grants, we need this. And that's what's going to draw, that's the blood that's going to draw the European to you. Your need for money. Because that's what he wants. These different entities of the government are against each other. The FBI is against the federal government, is against the local government. The municipal government is against the state government. The county is against the state. Each aspect of the government is against itself. It can only unify temporarily for the purposes of oppressing black people. But it's ultimately against the South. That's why they had revolutionary wars in the past, the South against the North, the Confederates against the Yankees, and this stuff still goes on. Go to Dunkin' Donuts and see an FBI agent go in there, or even a detective, and see how they relate to the police. They put the dick sit over here, the police sit over there. Go to Dunkin' Donuts late in the morning and you'll see they don't even get along. They can only work together for doing those unique tasks to secure their shit from niggas taking it over. So my point is, we got to get off being money motivated. Thinking money is the solution to our problem. We have the disease of vanity as a people. That is our biggest disease. If we weren't so damn vain and so damn greedy, people setting up little corporate, not-for-profit organizations for their own personal purposes of making money, acting like they're going to try to help some people, when you just help people by just going out fucking helping them.
Exactly.
You don't need money. You don't need these big fancy statements to impress white boys about what you're going to do. Go do it. Stuff that works. Herbs don't work because they're expensive. They work because they work. You don't help people because you got money. You help people because you can actually help them. Money has nothing to do with helping people. And once you help people, and they're convinced of your real ability to help them, then you can galvanize them as an institution that can help itself. But as long as we keep going out on money schemes, we don't have no army. Our desire for money separates us from our comrades. I can't help you. Well, how much money you got? I don't have no money. Well, starve, die. What type of movement is that? We got to look at our community like the tsunami hit. I'm talking about us conscious people. No matter what they over, even though tsunami, the New Orleans thing happened in Katrina, you had people floating on widescreen televisions. Tsunami has hit us today, and our people are driving around in Lexuses. We're under a tsunami. Go in Inglewood, see crackheads that are just their nervous system is totally destroyed, all everywhere, just shaking in the middle of the street. We are under a Holocaust. We have been traumatized as a community, and some people just drive by in a nice whip. Just like them cats in Katrina floating on them flash screens. So we can't say, okay, well, y'all got the money. I'm not going to help these people because you taking your money and you giving it to the white boy. Now you have made helping the people about money. You got to make your decision. Are you going to help the people? Or do you hide jealous and envy of people who have the disease of materialism and vanity? I can go help somebody if they don't give me no money. I'm not going to go and say, well, because you're not taking care of your children, but you're giving the white man millions of dollars. You can get a white man as much as you want to. But I'm going to use my resources to help your children. To help whoever in the community. And our black people think like that. They say, well, niggas don't want nothing. Why should we help them? Do you understand what I'm making? They're not doing nothing. They're making all this money and they're going and giving it to the Chinese. Now you have a money-orientated mentality. And most of our people who are supposed to be helping the community have the same thing. Which is why the final call is $1. If you want to get that knowledge and information, go get that shit out. The people who need to read it are not going to give you $1 for that. They'd rather spend it on a bag of potato chips and some pop. They're not going to give it to you. Now, you might get these few elite people that say, well, I'll give you $1 for the paper, but you're not getting it to who you really need to get it to. But they say, well, look, brother, you're going to go give your money to the white man. Fuck the white man. Fuck who you give your money to. I don't care who you give your money to. If I got something to do to help you in any way, I'm going to help you. That's your foolishness about what you do with your money. So we run in some type of semi-cover-up capitalist entities. Why we got to count somebody's money to help them that they got in their pocket? I'm going to let somebody down cancer because they're not conscious enough to invest in naturopathic centers. So I'm going to say, well, I guess you deserve to die then. Come on, the white people don't do his people like that.
That's right.
So we got this do-for-self notion that we put our people on. And this goes on within our elite community too. We say, well, y'all got to do for yourselves. But the white boy set up institutions and offer free education. And he has a welfare system to do for people wherever they at. No matter how much money they be lying, the white boy know they lying on it. Talking about I ain't got no job, trying to get Social Security. He know that. But on some level he knows that if he don't do something for these niggas, they gonna revolt. So he lets you think you lying and tricking him, but he's like, well, just give them whatever they little shit they want. Because if we don't, keep them on the reservations. Because if we don't do something for them, they gonna come into our suburbs with GACs. This is their biggest fears, which is why they moved to the suburbs. They had that big migration because the gun laws are different, and they want to protect themselves from niggers. The ultimate amount of them. They're more liberal in the city, believe it or not. People don't realize that these Europeans in the city are very liberal, comparatively to the KKK and the Aryan Brotherhood in the South, and even in some of your suburbs, or some of your surrounding parts of Illinois, Wisconsin, and all. It's all type of little Ku Klux Klan organizations that are all around, up in all of those woods. And if you drive through there, you will know, you'll feel it. Yeah. You'll know what time it is. So my point is that we have to start seeing that it's money that has corrupted our mentality. It's our own personal greed. When Gandhi liberated the Hindus from British imperialism, they started making their own clothes. Some of them only had one piece of garb that they wore. Do you understand the point I'm making? Little that they made. Yeah. They bankrupt their economy by being able to do more for themselves. They said, we're not going to do nothing more British. We're going to get all the spices. We're going to do for ourselves. So they created their own economic power, and they crashed the system by just not being a part of it anymore. Because we pay taxes, so we pay for martial law. We worry about martial law and when they're going to come in our community with the tanks. Stop paying them. Stop paying for it. You paying for tanks to come in your community. You paying for all this. The European he can't even clean the streets in black neighborhoods. Where the hell he going to get the money to go sit big-ass tanks while wars going on in the black community? It's not a realistic concept. They don't care about no broke-ass niggas. They only care about you when you get to certain boundaries. We think we are so important and that the CIA is listening to us right now. He don't give a fuck. If there's nothing he come in and get and put in an auction, he really not concerned. So this is some old slavery shit. People talk about, don't say that over the phone. Don't say the Europeans not interested in you. They went and got Jeff Ford when he got a rocket launcher and was about to aim that boy. All the shit that nigga did, they was not interested in. All the murders, all the black people that he killed in Woodlawn community, they didn't care. That's your business. Even the money that he got over with, you know, the embezzlement, and he walked out of the congressional meeting, they didn't even care about that. But when he started talking about blowing up some shit and working with Gaddafi, that's when they got his ass. So niggas are not that important. We're most important to ourselves. But we equate our importance on how the white man views us. Whether he views us as being good or whether he views us as being bad. It's the same shit. He's our God and he's our devil. So my point is the white boy is not interested in us. Let's now be interested in ourselves. We've been and built up an entire black nation before he even knew what the hell was going on. If you look at the hate produced with Malcolm X, he didn't even know the nation existed. They had stores and businesses and was taking over the south side of Chicago. They was growing massively. They had well over 100,000 members. Was growing, and the white boy didn't even know it existed. That's deep. He wasn't concerned. He wasn't concerned. But we got this old slavery mentality. Shh, the white boy listening. Wherever we at. Wherever we at. Don't say that, man. You know they tapping everything. For what? They don't got the money to tap.